This is the basic structure of the HTML document. So initially doc type HTML has been declared. This means this is of HTML5. So doc type HTML denotes this is HTML5. Now we have HTML tags. This is the opening tag of HTML and this is closed at the end of this HTML code. So inside this HTML tags we have the header tags, body tags and other tags. So the whole of HTML is written inside the HTML tags. So here we open the HTML tag and language is English and XML NS is XML namespace. So this is used to resolve the namespace conflicts, and when you declare this HTML5 document, this will automatically shows up here. Now let us see the header tag. Header tag has got this head and then slash head. Inside this we can describe the title, or we can give the meta tags. Meta capset is equal to UTF-8 and title, and this is the title. So other like style and links, everything we can give in the header tag, which we will see in later case when we are dealing with that. So this is the body. This is the actual content that appears in the browser, whatever is there inside this body. Here you can give the headings like h1, this is header 1, and up to header 6 you can give here h1, h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6. And for paragraphs we can give p, and there are other elements inside this body tag which we'll see later videos. So this is the basic structure of the HTML. Now let us save this file, save HTML page as, go to the web folder and save it as HTML structure. Now let us view it in browser. File, view browser. This is heading 1 and this is a paragraph. So we want to show this in blue color, you can say style is equal to color blue. Let us run it again, save it, file, view in browser. You can see this is heading 1 and this is paragraph, and this is in blue color. The text can also be formatted by bold. B indicates bold, and to have a line separation we'll use BR tag and strong. So this is strong text. We'll use the BR tag to show in a separate line, and then we can emphasize the text. Size or italics. I denotes for italics. Let's run this. File, view in browser. This is a bold, strong, emphasize and italics. Let us add BR tags here to show it in a separate line here. And now let us see the highlighted text. We can use mark to show the highlighted text. This text will be highlighted. If you want to show an image, you can use img source is equal to have a jpg in ctest logo.jpg, close the tag, save it, file. So we can as well choose other browsers, like we can choose browse with, I can choose Internet Explorer. It will show up here, bold, strong, emphasize, italics, and then this logo and this highlighted text. We have used mark tag to show the highlighted text, and this is the logo, which the image tag, we have used the image tag to show the logo. Close this. Let's see now h2. It says h2. Here I'll give the font family, style is equal to font family. It should be in quotes. Let's say it is Arial. Is declare h3. There is h3. Similarly, let me copy this, paste. I make this h4, and this is line h4 is 5, 5, 6. Here also it is h6. This is the paragraph. Let us see, execute, and save this, save, file, view in browser. Heading 1, this is heading 2, heading 3, this is h4, h5, h. So heading 1 is the biggest, and heading 6 the smallest, and this is the paragraph. Let us close this, go back to the code, and here paragraph ignores the spaces. So we take the key down. So this one is line 1. This is line 1. Here let me give a lot of space here, and there is a lot of space and between this is and line 1, and again I say this is, let me give a lot of space again, line 2. So paragraph, this ignores the spaces. Let us execute this or view in the browser. So this is line 1 and this is line 2. Here it totally ignored this space and it ignored this line break too. So you got this is line 1 and this is line 2. That space has been ignored and line break has also been ignored. So now let us define this as P. I say this is line 1, give the same space here, and here I say break is BR. So I'm giving a line break here, and here this is line 2. Now let us execute this part. File, view in browser. Now here you can see this is line 1. It ignored the space, this because the paragraph ignores space, but because of the BR tag we got this one in line 2. Now if I use pre, we can eliminate those issues. So if I say pre and slash pre, and now this is with a space line 1, and in the next line if I say this is line 2, here I am not using the BR tag. This here giving line 2. Now let us view this in browser. Here you can see this pre didn't ignore this space, so it has carried that space. This is line 1, and it has given a line break too. This is line 2. So if you want to write exactly the same characters including the space as it is and the line breaks, then we should use PRE instead of P for the paragraph. Then you will get exactly the whatever you have written there in between the tags. Now let us delete this and see some more formatting. U denotes underline. Underline. Q denotes double quotes. Subscript is SUB. H2O, and superscript is SUP first. Let's save it and let's view it in. So we have underline, double quotes, H2O, and first. So we used U for underline, Q for double quotes, sub for subscript, and SUP for superscript. Let us see some more formatting. I delete this. SMALL is small text, and then we can use a delete and insert. AB is there. I want to delete C and then insert C. So delete and insert can be basically you can strike off a letter in a string and then add one more letter. Editing, basically it's an editing, and then abbreviation ABBR TITLE is equal to hypertext markup language. Abbreviation would be HTML. File. So this is a small text, you can see, and after A, B, D has been struck off and we have inserted C. Because we have inserted it, it is showing it as with an underline. So this is for delete and insert. And hypertext markup language, if you take the cursor there onto HTML, you will get the abbreviation for hypertext markup language is HTML. Now let us see block quote and address tags. Delete this, and this block quote, you can cite a particular location from where we have taken this words or this sentence. And address, you can give a name and then the location inside the address tag. So I do in browser, we got this Python interview questions and name, ABC, location, 10 downtown, some address. You can give whatever address you want inside this address element. And this is Python interview questions is the sentence we have picked up from the site we have mentioned here, HTTP this link. So we have cited inside this block quote from where this has been picked up. You can link to other sites with ahref tag, or you can traverse between top and bottom of the page with ahref tag. Let us first see the how we traverse from to the bottom of the page and to the top of the page. So let me paste this part of the code. Here we are giving the name. A is the anchor and name is top, and we close that with /a, and this is the top of the page. This is the top, and I have given a line break, and ahref is equal to hash bottom. Go to the bottom of the page and /a and line break br. So this slash bottom will check where the name bottom is. So if I go down here, I declare the A name is bottom. So here we are linking this bottom with hash bottom in ahref tag. So when we click this part, go to the bottom of the page, it will go to the bottom of the page. Similarly, here I have given a name is equal to top, and I have linked it from here. Ahref is equal to hash top. Go to the top of the page. Now let's see how this works. File, view in browser. So this is the top, and here there is a link, go to the bottom of the page. So here there is still lines below this too. So let me click it. This is the bottom of the page, the bottom, and here we lost that the top of the page. So now if I click here and go to top of the page, then I'll go to the top of the page. So we can use this a name and ahref to go to the bottom of the page or to the top of the page. Now let us delete this. And we'll link to and the site and check the ahref how it works. Here I'm linking to this site. Ahref is equal to and this site address, that is for the site is the SQL BI bytes, and we are saying this is future. Here this is the part where we can click it, and I closed it with /a tag. Now I save it, file, view in browser. So if I click on future now, it will link to this site SQL BI bytes, because we have given this website address, this YouTube site address inside the ahref tag. Now let us look into image tag. So I have a line break here, and then img rc is equal to logo.jpg, and we give alt because if the browser doesn't display the jpg file, then whatever you give in the alt will be displayed, so that people know what it is, what that image is which is missing. So here I given it as alt is equal to logo. Here in the source I haven't given the path because this logo.jpg is in the same folder as this HTML file, HTML struct.html. So if I go here, so this HTML struct.html is here and the logo.jpg file is here. So then there is no need to give the path. Now I save it, file, view in browser. So this will show up the image, the logo.jpg has shown up, and this is too big. So let us give the width and height for that. Here say width is equal to e and height equal to 50. Now let's save it, let's view it. Okay. Now you can see it, a smaller image, because we have fixed the width as 50 and height as 50. If I want to display this image to the right of the screen, then I can say style is equal to float float right. So float float right. Save it, file, view in browser. Now you can see this image has been displayed to the right of the screen. If I want to make this image as a link, then I can link it to the ahref. So I can just let me give. So this ahref part linking to the SQL BI bytes YouTube channel, I'll give it here ahref and this image, then I'll end this tag here /a. So this image is now linked. So when we click on this image now, it will go to the SQL BI bytes YouTube channel. So let us now file. So now if I show this the pointer here, I'll get a link here, so I can, this is a clickable image now. So now if I click this, it will take me to this SQL BI bytes YouTube channel. Let me go back. So this is how we can here link this image to go to a particular website or YouTube channel or any other link. Now let us see how we link a part of the image to go to the website or YouTube channel. mg source is equal to logo.jpg jpg alt is equal to logo, width is equal to 150 and height is equal to 150. Close this, and here let us link it to a map. So I use map is equal to, I'll give the name logo. So Ash logo will link it to that. Ash logo will link it to that map. So here we define the map. Map name is equal to logo, because here we're given this name logo. You can give any name here. So given map name is equal to logo, and we have ended with slash map. Here we define the area. Shape is equal to circle, and chords is equal to comma, and then we will give the href where we are linking it to. Href, then we'll close this here. Now let's execute. Now we got this logo. Here this part, we define the coordinates as 50 50 50 50. So this part we are getting that hand symbol. So when we click only this part of the image, then we'll go to that website. But if I click somewhere here or here, then it is not linking it. So we have defined a map of this area based on the coordinates. So only this part is linking to the next website. So if I click here, nothing happens, but if I click here, it will link to the SQL BI Bytes channel. Go back, close this. That's how we can define this map and use the href to link to and the site. Div tag is used to group multiple HTML tags. So whatever is there inside this part, the comment, it won't be executed. Div tag is used to group multiple HTML tags. Let us take a div tag sample, then see depth to that div tag. Here div style y and equal to border 3px and solid red, just to clearly indicate what is the div tag, and close this. This is div test, and after the div tag I'm just writing this is after div tag. So let us execute this view in the browser. It will show. So here this is div test. This is the border px we are given and in solid red color. So this div tag occupies the whole space here until this end of this line or end of this row. So this whole thing is occupied by the div tag here, and this is coming in the next line. This is after div tag. So that's how we can write this div tag. Now we'll see more into it. Now let us see how we'll group the HTML tags using div. Let us take two div tags with id d1 and d2. So div id is equal to d1. Close this, slash div will end this div tag. Here we'll take this header 1 h1. This is header 1. Copy this and I'll take header 2. This is header 2. Let me take another div tag. Here div id is equal to d2. And here I'll take h3. Else this is header 3. Copy this div tag. This is h4 and header 4. So we have taken two div tags. Now based on these IDs I can define the properties in the header tag. So in the header tag I can define the style. Here say I hash d1. I want it to be shown in color blue. So now let us execute this, or we can view it in browser. Now you can see this part is in blue color and header 3 and header 4 are in black, because here we define the id d1 color as blue. That's how we define the style. That's the reason why it is showing that this is header 1 and this is header 2 in blue color, and this part as it is in black color. And similarly we can define the classes too, like let's say div class is equal to c1, and here also I can say h1. This is header 1 in class, and here I can define the style for the class. Class can be accessed with a dot. You press the dot here, you will get this help here dot c1. Here I say color red. Now let us view it in browser. See, now you can see this is header 1 in class, is showing it in red color. So for div id d1 we have defined the color as blue, and for the class we have defined it as red color, and for div id d2 we didn't define any color, so it is showing in black color, the automatic color, whichever color is the default color. So this is how we can use the div tag to group multiple HTML tags. Now let us see the span. In case of span, the part of the string can be, we can define the styles for the part of the string. So let us say span, and before the span you can give something like this says span style is equal to border ppx should be solid and color blue. Here this this is span test. This after span. So let us see how this displays. File, view in browser. So this is span test. This is after span. Because we have repeated this here, I go here. This is, and again I given this as this is span test, and here outside are again given as this is. So if I remove this, so this is, and then span style is equal to border 3px and color is blue, span test, and this is after span. Let us view it in browser. This is span test. We are given a border for this part of the string, and we are given the color as blue, and this is after span is continuing in the same line. But in case of a div tag, this is after div tag showed up in the next line, because div tag occupied the whole line. In case of span, it didn't occupy the whole line, but between the sentence itself we can define the style here. Let's close this. Now we can define the classes here as in div tag. Here also I can define it as span class is equal to s1. Then I can say is span class. Similar way, in the header tag I can define the style for that. If I say my style dot one, I can define the color red, and slash style. So let us execute this. File, view in browser. So this is span class is showing up in red color because we have defined the style the header tag. So this is how we can use div and span tags in HTML. Let us look at lists. Lists can be ordered, unordered, or descriptive. Let us see this unordered list first. So UL defines the unordered list, UL/UL, and we can choose the type. Type is equal to circle. Now we can define the list A, then next will be B, list C, list D. Let's execute it. View in browser. Circle defines this ABCD. We are getting this circles. So it's basically a bulleted circle. So that's how we can define the unordered list. Now we can define the ordered list. Ordered list will be OL/OL. Now if I say repeat, select the type is equal to 1, and from where you want to start it. Start is equal to 3. So now give the list items. Here I say A, then this list item is B, and this list item is C, the next list item is D. Type is equal to 1 and start is equal to 3. Let's save it. File, view in browser. It is starting from 3. Type is numerical numbers 1 because we said 1. So we started at 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6 will be ABCD. On unordered list, we have this bulleted list. Here we got this ordered numbers. Now let's see the description list. The description list is DL/DL. Here we have DT is A, and its description will be DD, A for apple, and DT, B, DD, B for ball, DT, C, and DD, C for cat. So let us save it and view in browser. So A, B, C. This is what we are defined in DT. These are the description: A for apple, B for ball, and C for cat. So that's how lists can be defined. One is unordered list, where we can choose this type, maybe circle or whatever type you want, and this list you get it in an unordered way. This one is ordered list. Type is equal to 1 and we started with 3, so we get 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and this is the description list. So this description list gives the description for that letters or whatever descriptions you define. Let us look at tables. Table order is equal to 1. We'll end with slash table. We'll have a table row. Inside the table row, we'll have this th, that is heading, student, and one more th, marks. In the next row, we'll have the students and the marks. So here we'll have the table description, which is TD, and student A, student A, and TD table description would be marks would be 90. In the next row, TR will have table description student B, the table description marks 80. Save file, view in browser. So this is a TH element we have taken, heading, that is student and marks, and table description TD element is this part, student A, and this TD will be 90, and the whole thing will be TR, which is table row. So similarly, next row we had table description student B and 80. So let us close this. Now you can see this here, we have defined TR, in which we have taken TH elements, that is the headings student and marks, and the next TR table rows we have defined that student name, that is student A, marks is 90, and these are TD elements. Student and marks are column headings. Now if we want to have a table heading, here itself we can create, in the beginning itself we can create the table heading T head and slash T head. Here we create the table row, and we have this table description. Call span is equal to, because there are two column headings, we'll say call span is equal to 2, and align is equal to center, and slash TD, and here we can define the table heading as student details. So we define table heading TH EAD slash TH EAD. Inside that we have this TR slash TR, and the TD call span is equal to 2, because there are two columns. We want the heading, table heading, to encompass all the two columns, and here we are given that student details. Save it, file. So here we got this table heading, that is student details, and then inside this we got the column headings, student marks, student A 90, student B 80. Now let us set the background color and border color of the table. So style is equal to background hyphen color cyan, and border color is equal to green. So let us now view it in browser. You can see this background color is cyan, and border color it got mixed in this color, so border color has been set to the green. Now let's see the cell padding. Let's set this cell padding is equal to 50. Now let's save this, and when you say cell padding, so each cell has got a lot of space in it. So is the cell size increased up to 50 pixel. So let us go back here. Let us take off that cell padding. Now set the cell spacing is equal to 50. File, cell spacing, you got lot of space between this cell and this cell. cell and this cell, and this cell and this cell. The spacing has increased between the cells. Each one is a cell. So let us take off this cell spacing. Let us view it the original table as it is. Fine. This how it was. When we increase the cell padding, so each cell has shown up as a bigger cell, and when we increase the cell spacing, the space between these each cell has increased. Let us look into iframes. Iframe width is equal to 400, height is equal to 400, source is equal to my test image dot jpg. This mytestimage.jpg is in the same folder as this HTML file, HTML struct.html. So if I go here, you can see this HTML struct.html is here in the same folder. mytestimage.jpg is there. So this is the image. There is also one more image, test.png. We take this image in the second frame. So this is the frame, and name is equal to I 1. Let us close this. Let us take one more frame, iframe width 400 and height is equal to 400, source is equal to test.png, and name is equal to iframe 2. Let us close this /iframe, save this file, view in browser. Now we have these two frames. This is one frame and this is the second frame. Because this image is a little bit bigger, we just extended and we got a scroll bar here. So you can adjust the images as per the frame size or adjust the frame size. So these are the two images, we got it in two frames. So we can take multiple frames, iframes, and then display the images, or we can display the HTML file. So this is how we can create iframes. We look into form, form/form. Label for is equal to lmid. I'll just give mid/label, and input type is equal to text, id is equal to tempid, name is equal to temp name. Just close it. So tempid here, and here label for is equal to temp name, close this, temp name, input type is equal to text, id is equal to temp name, name is equal to temp name. Save it, file, view in browser. So amp id and amp name. Amp id is the here label and this is the text box, and for amp name this is the label and this is the text box. So now let us go back and we'll give a br tag here so that it appears in a separate line. So now file, view in browser. So now amp id and amp name are in different lines. Radio button, input type is equal to radio, id is equal to head, name is equal to office, value is equal to head office. If you want to check the radio button, HECKED checked. Now we'll have a label for that. Label for is equal to our head, use it. I'll have this as office. Since I had office, save it. View in browser. So we got the radio button checked and head office. Let us now go back here and give a br tag here. I had to give a br tag here. Save it, file, view in browser. So this is head office. So this name we got the label there. So if I change it to office, we get the office there. Checkbox, input type is equal to checkbox, id is equal to dept underscore it, name is equal to itdept. You have here I'll have a br tag. Label for is equal to ldept, itdept, IT department. Save it, file, view in browser. You can see this is the checkbox. You can check it and uncheck it. Date. So label for is equal to LDT, close this, set date. Here we will have a BR tag, and here input type is equal to date, ID is equal to the name is equal to DT. Save it, file, view in browser. So you got this date here, and select the date. Month. So I'll have a BR tag here. Now label for equal to LTH MONTH month. Input type is equal to MONTH. ID is equal to MNTH. Name is equal to TH. Save it, file, view in browser. So we got this month. You can select the month from this here. Now telephone. We'll have a BR tag here. Now label for equal to LMOP mobile. Input type is equal to tel. ID is equal to mob. Name is equal to mob. Can have placeholder is equal to first two characters and then next four characters and next four characters. Close this, save it, file, view in browser. So mobile, here can enter nine zero. So we'll take like this 1 2 and 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Now password field, BR label for is equal to password. Close this, password. Input type is equal to password. ID is equal to password. Name is password. We are now itself here. Save, file, view in browser. So we got this password field. If I type in something, it won't be visible. File, label for is equal to 12 file input type is equal to file id is equal to 12 name is equal to save it file view in browser. So here I can choose the file price range, have a br tag, label for is equal to price, use this price range, input type is equal to range, id is equal to price, I can just say min max, name is equal to min max, minimum is equal to 500, maximum is equal to 1000, and step is equal to 5. Give a br tag here, and here I can name it as min max. Save it, file view in browser. So we got this price range here, so minimum and maximum. Progress, label for is equal to prg, progress, here PRO progress, id is equal to prg, value is equal to 300, max is equal to 500, then slash progress. Save it, file view in browser. So you can see this progress. So this is maximum is 500, so it has completed up to 300. That's what it is showing here. Text area, label for is equal to TARR, and say type here, and text area id is equal to ARR, name is equal to ARR, rows is equal to 5, false is equal to 2. Close this slash text area, save it, file view in browser. So this is the text area, so I can just type here. So we can increase the rows and columns there. Select, label for is equal to num, 2 plus 2 is equal to select id is equal to ns, name is equal to ns, multiple slash select, option value is equal to a, 1, option value is equal to b, 2, and option value is equal to c, and this one is 4. Save it, file, view in browser. So I get this 2 plus 2 is equal to, I can select the options 1 or 2 or 4. So that is how you can use this select option. Submit and reset buttons. Input type is equal to submit, name is equal to sub, value is equal to submit. Input type is equal to reset, name is equal to res, value is equal to reset. Save, file, view in browser. So you got the submit button and the reset button.